peed standing up, which is something I'm sometimes a little self-conscious about with the sound. Think, oh, is there someone peeing standing up there? But you know what? I peed standing up and it was fine. And then I washed my hands and I left. And you know what? On my way out from the women's bathroom, I took a quick picture with someone who recognized me and it was lovely. So overall, Disney World in Florida, 10 out of 10 women's bathroom experience for trans women.
Wow. They peed standing up. They're bragging about it on their online platform that they went into a ladies' room and peed standing up. Well, you just said that you're a woman, right? And then you said you peed standing up. Well, let me tell you something. Women do not pee standing up, okay? And you know what I'm talking about when I say women don't pee standing up, if you catch my drift, right? Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and boy, do I have news for you guys. I was over on X the other day and I stumbled upon a petition to cancel Lilly Tino, and I am so here for it. But before we get into it, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for all the support. Honestly, it is so great, and I appreciate the people that have stood by me since day one. I do see the channel slowly growing. It takes a really long time to get into that algorithm, and it's going to take a while before I get to that 1,000 subscriber mark, but we are working towards that first goal. So thank you so much again. We're going to get into this a little bit today, and I'm going to react to some of this person's TikToks. And it's probably the only time I'm ever going to do it because I really don't like promoting this person in any way, shape, or form because I think they love the freaking attention. But we also have to expose this person for who and what they are because I think they're really getting into some danger zone here and doing things that are deliberately antagonistic. They're making the trans community look terrible, and everybody's just kind of sick and tired of it. But like I said, I don't like to platform this person or talk too much about this individual because I do think there is a sort of feeding the narcissist thing going on here. Okay, so over on X, I just happened to be perusing around and I can't remember who posted it, but I think I reposted it. It says, remove Lilly Tino from TikTok. And at the time of this recording, there were 371,581 verified signatures, which is fantabulous. I don't know who Lilly Tino is standing next to in this photo. I don't know why they chose this photo, but it's like a child. So I am blacking out that picture, at least on my channel anyways. So then there's an explanation about what's happening here and why they started this petition. It says the issue, as a concerned parent, ensuring the safety and well-being of my children is my utmost priority. In today's digital age, platforms like TikTok play a significant role in influencing the younger generation. It is distressing to witness individuals exploiting these platforms in ways that could potentially harm or endanger the well-being of users, especially children. And I could not agree with that statement more, you guys. That is a big concern of mine as well. Lilly Tino, an individual who identifies as male but presents as female. I'm not sure that they identify as male. I'm pretty sure they identify as female. And I don't know about how they present, but they get misgendered all the time, quote unquote, has been seen entering spaces meant for women. Concerns have been raised about her behavior, especially considering she has been accused of acting inappropriately in front of minors and being a possible threat. Her presence on TikTok has sparked alarm among many users who believe her actions are not only misleading, but also dangerous and maybe illegal as well, because recently they put up all these pictures of them perusing around in bathrooms at Disneyland, or Disney World rather, and they were taking photographs and commenting about each bathroom that they went to. It's really not normal behavior, and they claim that they're trying to normalize trans people in bathrooms. And the thing of it is that trans people who are going in to go to the bathroom, they just go in and they go to the bathroom and they leave. Like, they don't hang out and take pictures. Social media networks have the power to shape perceptions, behaviors, and can significantly influence the younger demographic. It is essential to ensure that these platforms remain safe. You can read the rest of this petition on change.org. I will link it in the description if you want to take a look at it yourself. But here's the thing, I don't know that this is actually going to change anything for anybody. I don't know that Lilly Tino will actually get banned from TikTok. But what it does say to me is that more and more people are understanding and realizing what's going on here. And Lilly Tino isn't the only bad player out there that is, I think, kind of cosplaying as a trans woman. I don't know that they're really trans. I think this is a fetish. I don't particularly believe that they have dysphoria based on a lot of their behaviors. And like I said, they're doing things at Disney World, Disneyland, whatever, that are very inappropriate at the least. The problem with Lilly Tino is that they love this. They love the attention and they don't care if it's positive or negative. And they keep shielding themselves behind trans to try and get away with all of this. So before I react to any TikToks here, I'm going to go through these photos, these images that this person took and posted them all over their Instagram and probably all of their other social media, rating ladies' rooms at Disney World. I mean, what the are you doing? Let's see. It says ranking every women's room at Disney World. Magic Kingdom entry, 8 out of 10. This was the first time using a woman's room at Disney, so I was nervous, but thankfully nobody looked at me weird. Tiffin's restaurant got misgendered right before this pic, so the vibe was off. I find that interesting. You're in the ladies' room and you got misgendered right before you took the picture. I wonder what that's about. I wonder why and who. Did someone confront you? Did someone point out the fact that you're not supposed to be in there and it's very clear that you're not? And it's very clear that you have nefarious purposes for being in the ladies' room besides going to the bathroom and leaving? World Showcase entry, 10 of 10. Got complimented on my fit, and there was no line for a stall. What the Epcot bathrooms, 7 of 10. Someone smiled at me on their way out, which felt good. Who does this shit? Tower of Terror, 8 of 10. Had a friend with me, so I felt safe. What the hell are you talking about? And you can see, like, there's like a worker in the background or something. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, you didn't ask for permission before you did all of this. I sincerely doubt it. These are private spaces. These are women's private spaces. Have some goddamn respect for people, for crying out loud. This is all so narcissistic and self-involved. This person has some serious problems, I think, and I'm becoming increasingly concerned, and I think a lot of other people are too. Next one, test track bathrooms. Someone inside told me I looked cute. So there's a lady in the background there on the left-hand side. I saw a TikTok that this person talked about how it's them in the picture, and they are going to try and sue Lilly Tino for this because they are so disgusted with the fact that this was done without their permission inside a women's bathroom. It's causing a lot of problems. Like, this is all coming to a head for Lilly Tino, I think. Finally, there's another one. Animal Kingdom entry, 3 of 10. Someone gave me a weird look when I walked in, which felt icky. Gee, I wonder why. You don't look very much like a woman. You definitely look like a guy. You give off very male energy, and you're standing in the ladies' room taking pictures of yourself. So of course people are going to look at you weird, and you're playing victim and acting like, oh, it felt icky. It feels terrible. Like, what? I don't know. I'm really just over it, honestly. Epcot French restaurant, 10 of 10. Told the server my pronouns and got called Mademoiselle. See, I just feel like that Lilly Tino is getting off on this. I really do. I really think that this is a fetish, a kink. Not all trans women are AGPs, and some of them really just have dysphoria and they're just living their life. This is not an example of somebody that's just trying to live their life. This is not what this looks like at all. And it really puts trans people in a very, very bad light. And I don't like it at all. And I can't just stand by and not say anything about that. And it's upsetting to me because of my trans friends that are just not like this. And they would never do anything like this. And they would never be so disrespectful to women. Overall, I felt very safe. Would recommend to any trans person. What? you would recommend these bathrooms. Like, I can't even wrap my brain around how stupid this sounds. It just sounds stupid. Like, wait, ugh. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and react to some of these videos. I don't know why I want to torture myself so bad, but here I am torturing myself, watching Lilly Tino.
I have been misgendered 3 times in the past 24 hours at restaurants. Last night, I was at Benihana with my girlfriend, and the server said, "What about you, sir? What would you like to eat?" My girlfriend, God bless her heart, steps in, says, "Actually, that's ma'am." And she looks at my girlfriend and didn't really understand what had happened and said, "No, I'm talking to him," pointing at me. Our jaws were on the floor, and we decided to leave because it was just a bad vibe after that. And just a few minutes ago, I was at another restaurant for lunch, and they showed me my seat and said, "Here you go, sir." And I said, "I am not a sir."
Of course
And then
they
I
did.
left because I wasn't comfortable anymore.
Oh, no.
And I went to a new restaurant, and I asked, before I sit down, where's the bathroom, please? And they said, "Oh, it's right this way, sir." And I just left because I wasn't comfortable anymore. If you're a server in the food industry, you don't need to use words like sir or ma'am. There are ways to be respectful without using those words. And if you get it wrong for someone like me, I will probably leave the restaurant. And it puts like a bad vibe on my day when it happens, especially when it happens 3 times in a row.
What I found interesting, what stuck out to me about this one is the fact that they are policing everybody else's speech. Like, Lilly Tino can say, servers, you need to talk this way, you need to speak that way, you need to do this, you need to do that. I don't know if that Lilly Tino was really letting this bother them that much, and I really think this is more for content purposes, but it absolutely puts trans people in this light that they're also fragile, and that like whenever something like this happens, the whole world has to stop and everybody has to bow down. It's becoming very frustrating for the masses to sit there and listen to stuff like this, and they're alienating these servers. Like, service workers are some of the hardest working people that I know, and to put them through this nonsense about misgendering and giving them shit for it, and like they're stressed out enough as it is, trying to wait on people, they're on their feet all day, they're dealing with tons of rude customers and baloney. Again, though, I really think this has a lot more to do with just clout chasing and making money on TikTok and looking a certain way and being a professional victim.
I got my cake pops removed, but now it's time to turn my candy cane into a donut. After the procedure is done, I will stay in the hospital for about a week. And while I'm there, they will pack my freshly made donut with napkins. This will ensure that everything sets in place and the donut doesn't close in on itself. After about a week, they will remove the napkin and send me home with instructions to dilate. Dilating serves the same purpose as the napkin, making sure that the donut doesn't close in on itself. Just instead of using the napkins, you use a plastic candy cane or dilator that you place inside of the donut for 20 minutes, 3 times a day. And as you heal, your donut will become more resilient and you will increase the size of your dilator until eventually you're ready for the big leagues and you only have to dilate a couple times a week. That being said, a lot of people don't want to dilate. It's understandable. The good news is that you can get a zero-depth donut, one that looks the exact same but doesn't require dilation.
Okay, I'm done. So this person, Lilly Tino, is in a public space talking about vaginalplasty surgery, okay, which is a very, very serious, potentially dangerous surgery, and doing it in a way where they're describing parts with food, kind of almost like in a childlike way to describe the details of what this surgery and what these types of surgeries actually entail. Why? Who are you trying to educate on this subject? Because that kind of sounds like you're trying to educate kids. It's on purpose to agitate people, to get people upset so that they can turn around and say, see, you don't like trans people. It's like, no, that's not the issue. Okay, Lilly, that is not the issue. And you know that's not the issue. There is something deeply disturbing about this person. And this is why people want him removed from TikTok, yo.
I know a trans woman who has had her downstairs done, and she's told me about dates that she's gone on with men. With these men, she has done everything that there is to do, and the men didn't know. First and foremost, that is a testament to modern medicine that it's even possible for that to happen. But it's also an interesting quandary, because at that point, what are you even really disclosing? What is there to disclose? There's no deception. When you're dating someone, you don't have to disclose every single thing about yourself up front. That's the fun of it. You get to learn about someone new. If you're in a relationship with someone for long enough, of course it's going to come up, probably sooner rather than later. When you trust someone, you can tell them. I personally put it on my dating profile, but not everyone does, and that's okay. Our transness is not the only thing that defines us. I'm currently in electrolysis. You can't see it, but I'm getting zapped.
Okay, Lilly Tino is setting up trans people to potentially get themselves in some serious danger by talking like this and advocating for not disclosing, okay? That is not okay. That is how people die. That is how people get punched in the face. That is how people get hurt, okay? Like, you don't do shit like that. And I love how they're like, oh, being trans doesn't define everything that I am, even though literally that's all you talk about on your channel and act like it's everything you are, down to being misgendered, down to all this other bullshit about bathrooms. And yet you're like, oh, it doesn't define everything that I am. You're not going to tell that person about that. And you're just going to go like do the deed with them and never tell them. I think that that's like assault. I think that that is like gives R-word vibes all over the place. Like, no, I don't think that that is okay. I think it's deceptive. And I think that there's probably down the road, mark my words, going to be laws put in place surrounding things like that. And the fact that they're advocating for this, that they think it's okay, and they're giving advice to other trans people to go and do things like this is simply wrong. I understand that trans people need to be careful about disclosure in certain situations if they think they could be in danger, but come on. If you go out with somebody on a date and you want to have sex and you're going to pretend that you never had surgery, like if you've had your bottom surgery, I think it's tricking people. And I think that's the point. I think that that's what they like. They want to trick people. They want people to not know and go under the radar. And so they can say, look at me. They didn't figure it out. They didn't know. Like, that's how good I am at this. That's really messed up. And that to me is an indicator that this is, again, not about having gender dysphoria.
Thailand?
Coconut bread from Thailand.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am. Sorry, my bad. And the middle one is from India. It's the papadom or the gingerbread chutney.
Okay.
And the third is from Brazil. It's a cheese bread with the guava sauce.
Thank you. It just like totally sucks the joy out of this bread tower. Makes me want to immediately like leave because I no longer feel like safe here. It's like, oh, my guard now has to be up. I'm not going to enjoy this bread as much because my guard is up. We should be able to go places and not have to worry. I don't think I really want this bread tower, actually. I think I'd rather have the check if that's okay.
Yeah.
I think that's the training. We're supposed to say friend or just not use gendered language. It's like a pretty big thing that Disney has done. Nothing was wrong with bread. I just don't want it anymore. Just because they apologize doesn't mean she doesn't feel sad or offended. Yeah, exactly, right? Like, if you've accidentally ever hurt someone and say, I'm so sorry, it was an accident, do you expect them to be like, oh, it was an accident? Of course, no problem whatsoever.
Lilly Tino was not hurt by this, first of all. And secondly, like, pretending to be this fragile about somebody accidentally misgendering you. It wasn't even on purpose. And they even apologized and like, oh no, now it's a crisis and you can't enjoy your meal because somebody accidentally misgendered you. My psychology deep dive here is that this person has control issues, has narcissistic personality, possibly borderline. I don't know what else is going on underneath there, but there's probably some anger issues. This is not good. This is not good at all. And you can hear like little kids in the background too. In the beginning of that video, I don't know if you caught that. to me, this person is sort of infantilizing themselves a little bit too with the Minnie Mouse ears. It's strange. There's something off. Again, this is why there's a petition to get this person removed from TikTok.
I've made it into Disney World. I don't really know what the deal is with bathrooms. You know,
Yes,
Florida
you do.
is really conservative. I don't know what the rules are. Trans
Yes,
women
you
are
do.
allowed to be in women's bathrooms, but I'm about to go and use the bathroom because I have to tinkle. If I get stopped, I get stopped, I guess. But I'm a woman, so I'm going to use the women's bathroom, and being in Florida or being in California or wherever
You're a
isn't
woman.
going to
You were
stop
not.
me. So I will report back.
You know you
in a
don't
minute
even look like a
once
woman.
I have hopefully tinkled without issue.
3 minutes later.
That went as well as it could have gone. No one gave me any weird looks. Definitely no one stopped me. I walked in, I found a stall, I peed. I peed standing up, which is something I'm sometimes a little self-conscious about with the sound. Think, oh, is there someone peeing standing up there? But you know what? I peed standing up, and it was fine. And then I washed my hands and I left. And you know what? On my way out from the women's bathroom, I took a quick picture with someone who recognized me, and it was lovely. So overall, Disney World in Florida, 10 out of 10. Women's bathroom experience for trans women.
Wow. They peed standing up. They're bragging about it on their online platform that they went into a ladies' room and peed standing up. Well, you just said that you're a woman, right? And then you said you peed standing up. Well, let me tell you something. Women do not pee standing up, okay? And you know what I'm talking about when I say women don't pee standing up, if you catch my drift, right? So in conclusion, this is why Lilly Tino needs to be removed from TikTok. I completely agree with the petition. I am not surprised at all that this is a thing. This has been going on for way too long, and it's hurting people. It's hurting people. It's making things worse, and they are not going to stop until they are stopped from doing these things. And Disney World and Disneyland needs to ban this person too from going there and filming these things, behaving like this. I mean, that theme park is for children, okay? I know adults go there and adults enjoy it too, but the adults that are there don't act like that. So guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Check out that petition. I'm not telling you to sign it. You can do what you want, but I'm just letting you know that it's out there and it's a thing. And a growing number of people are figuring out now that this person exists and this person is damaging the trans community, damaging LGBT as a whole, and possibly doing things that aren't legal. So let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll catch you next time.